We don't need any more rain, Mr. Rain Frog. Hey everybody, Jeff Lindsay. The day after the hurricane, the hurricane came out of the Gulf, came right over Coffee County. The center of circulation came right over us. We were fortunate in that the worst part of the rain and wind was actually east of us. But the center of that circulation came right over Douglas. So we kind of had a little scare there, but it wasn't real bad. There's just some limbs, a few power outages here and there. But man, it was looking kind of scary there for a while. But today's the second Friday of August. It's late in the afternoon, and just wanted to do a quick update. Got a few things done today. I did have a vacation day today, and I'm off the next 3 days. So hopefully we'll be able to make some progress on the Camaro. I wanted to show the underneath of this car, and you can really see now where that trunk pan was put in. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy they replaced it, even though it probably could have been done a little better. At least that's just one more panel that I don't have to replace. So you can see where they cut back from the old one, and I've gone in there and just done a few little stitch welds just for to shore that thing up. But I think what I'm going to do is come all the way across, weld it in solid to try and prevent any rattling or anything. And then the gas tank brackets, the braces for the trunk and the gas tank bracket, I guess that serves as a dual purpose, will go on. And then just a little more cleanup in areas underneath. And I'll be ready to sand this thing down, hopefully, and prime and paint the bottom. Got some work to do to get some of this stuff out of the fender wells. But tail pan, the cross rail inner tail pan from underneath, after I got it back on the rotisserie, the repairs that I did from the top side look pretty good. From the underneath side, I'll fiberglass over that and epoxy and paint. And then I've got to determine where I'm going to actually put undercoating or lizard liner, rhino liner, whatever we decide to use. Scorpion product. I know there's a lot of them on the market now, but got to find out a little more about that. Find out where. I don't think we need to do the entire underneath side of the car. Just maybe in these front areas here, and then fender wells, and maybe the trunk area. I'm not sure yet. I'll watch some videos, see what some other folks are doing. But just wanted to bring you along for a quick video. And you can see really no difference, just flipped upside down with the rotisserie back on the back end. You can see where we welded it up. So I think all in all that's going to be okay. Just get it cleaned up and get some more a better primer on there, and like I say, when we do the entire underneath there, we'll go with some better product. One thing I was able to do today also was just a temporary hookup of the big air compressor. We've shown this, but just a temporary hookup so I can use this thing on the car and the blast cabinet. Just a single loop for now, just to try to trap some moisture to keep it from going to the blast cabinet and the guns. Later on, I'll build a better moisture trap, water trap, and put right there in that same location. But I ran some lines over and down and came through to the blast cabinet. and got it all hooked up. Got a glass put in it, and of course the gloves were already in it. And we got everything plumbed and hooked up, and this thing is ready. I've tried it, and you can see it's pretty much just put your foot on the gas pedal and go with this thing, and it does a pretty good job. And I'm going to try to set this up and take just a quick, maybe a minute video of blasting apart, and we'll see if we can do that now. And I know we've all seen blast cabinets work, but not this one, and hopefully this will stay right there. And what I'm going to do is take one of the old bumper brace brackets, and you can see they're pretty crusty, and put some sand to it and see what happens. Oh, it's kind of hard to tell on such a crusty old part, but that thing knocked the stuff off there. I mean, it is just about as clean as you can get an old rusty piece. But and it didn't take but just probably less than a minute. This is a small piece of sheet metal. Had the old mill scale on it. And you can see comparing it to something that hadn't been in that blast cabinet. This is going to be fun. I mean, we'll get a lot done in a hurry with that. And I think I'm running that right now at around 80, somewhere around 80 psi. I could probably back off of that just a little bit, but I mean, it does pretty good, and it's not killing my air compressor. I mean, I blasted probably maybe about a minute there. I'm not sure. I mean, and it didn't come on. So whatever it comes on at, I think 120 or so. It was at 155, and I believe it comes on at somewhere around 120. But anyway, it probably dropped about 20 psi. But again, that's going to be a big help, definitely a big help. Got some floodlights to put up before my wife has a stroke. But there again, Labor Day weekend. Hope everybody has a good weekend. Be safe. Not going anywhere. Going to be right here working on this car. And hopefully we'll have another video up before the end of the weekend and make some progress. One last thing I would like to share. I looked up the cross rail extensions for these areas from there to the quarter. And I didn't order any. I did order the tail panel, and it was scheduled for delivery today. When I looked this morning and tracked it, it was supposed to be to me by the end of business. But when I checked it earlier, the FedEx website had said due to the bad weather, and I'm sure there was a lot of flooding in lower areas. I guess they were backed up, so the tail panel did not deliver today. Hopefully it'll deliver tomorrow. I know they deliver some on Saturdays, so maybe we'll get that tomorrow. Not that I'll be ready for it, because my plan is to just fabricate these extensions and get those in and get everything else sanded down, get a good primer on that before I put that tail panel on. But that'll give us a lot to do this weekend, just making those and getting everything else ready, and then cleaning up what's left of the back end of this car. Again, everything up this way is pretty new, and what's not new has been cleaned up fairly well. I'll go back over it again, but it's not in bad shape. So that'll give us plenty to do this weekend. And I want to thank Mark at Faster Cat for the shout out, and a lot of new subscribers came from that. And I just want to tell him that I appreciate that, and I appreciate all the subscribers and everybody watching. This is turning into a pretty fun deal for me. And it's a lot of fun watching everybody else's videos. I mean, there's some good stuff out there on YouTube, and a lot of those guys that I subscribe to that Mark sent all have good videos. And working on a garage name seems to be the theme. If you're going to be here, you might as well go all out. So we're kind of kicking around a couple of ideas for a name, and started kind of messing around with some stickers, and try to get a sticker board started. I know I've already asked a couple of guys for stickers, and I think some might be coming in the mail, so we're going to do that also. And we'll just shout out everybody as we go, and that way everybody can get subscribers as they go and do whatever. But it's turning out to be a fun deal for me, and I hope it is for everybody else. And again, I hope everybody has a good Labor Day weekend. And I'm babbling now, so I'm going to get off here. And till the next one, see ya.